Have you looked at your calendar and thought, wait, it's already July? I know I have. A lot of entrepreneurs this time of year can bring all kinds of emotions. We be in our feelings sometimes. But anyway, maybe you had some amazing wins. Maybe you're looking at your January goals thinking, well, that didn't exactly go as I planned. And it doesn't, but that's okay. Anyway, if this is you, I want you to know before we go any further, you are not behind. The first 6 months of the year weren't a test that you failed. There were 6 months of collecting valuable information about your business. So today we're going to be talking about how to hit a reset button, and not because you failed, but because you've grown. So let's get settled in and have the conversation. Every January, we become optimistic, incredibly optimistic. We buy new planners. We set ambitious revenue goals. We promise ourselves we finally become consistent on social media. Yeah. We launch courses, or we will launch courses, I should say. We'll send out that newsletter every week. We'll network more. We'll finally have everything figured out. Then life starts lifing. Clients change, family needs you, unexpected expenses pop up, unfortunately. Technology decides to take the day off, and here you are, you're stuck. And suddenly it's July. Instead of celebrating everything you've accomplished, you're comparing yourself to a version that of yourself that you had absolutely no idea what this year would actually look like. And that's not fair. You wouldn't expect a GPS to keep following the original route after you had a detour. It recalculates, and your business should too. One of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is assuming nothing happened because they didn't hit a specific goal. But your business has been talking to you every single day. Maybe you've learned which services people actually want, which social media platform brings in your clients, which marketing strategy feels exhausting, which clients bring you joy, and which ones, well, let's just say they make you question all your life choices and test your gangster. It is what it is. But that's data. Data is never wasted. So, can I tell you something? We're really good at noticing what we didn't do. We always check that off, right? But we're so terrible at celebrating what we did do. We don't pat ourselves, on the back enough. No humble brags are given. So think about everything that you've accomplished this year. Clients you've helped, problems you solved, skills you've learned, confidence you've built, conversations you've had. Those count, and they really do matter. So if you never celebrate your progress, if we never celebrate our progress, we'll always believe we're failing. And that's not true. Take 5 minutes today to write down 20 wins. Not five, I mean 20. I want you to really get into this. That's your challenge. And I bet you'll surprise yourself. So now's the time to put on your CEO hat and ask yourself 4 simple questions. What's working? Don't change it. What's not working? Stop forcing it. I know that's you, Jan. What's what needs more attention? Then lead into it. What needs to go? This one hurts because sometimes we are so loyal to habits that no longer serve us. Busy does not equal productivity or productive. More isn't always better. So sometimes subtraction creates growth faster than addition. So basically, what I'm saying is this: get feedback. And I've said this before. Refine your offers or your services until they align with your voice and your audience is saying yes. That becomes a no brainer. Remember, try, tweak, and if needed, toss it until it works. So, one of my favorite questions is this: if December rolled around and I accomplished only 3 major things, would I be proud? Hell yes. Not 30, just three things, because priorities stop being priorities once you have too many of them. And I'll repeat that. Priorities stop being priorities once you have too many of them. Give your energy somewhere to land. Focus creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates consistency. So remember that. You have to stay consistent. So if today's conversation resonated with you, I want you to do this sometime this week. Sometime this week when you make time. Schedule one uninterrupted hour. Review the first 6 months of your business. Celebrate every win. Learn from every mistake. Keep what's working. Release what isn't. It's okay to let go. You have my permission. Anyway, then move into the second half of the year with intention, because this is what we're doing this year. We're being intentional. And remember, the first 6 months are data, not the final grade. You are allowed to pivot. You're allowed to simplify. You're allowed to reset. Because successful entrepreneurs don't stubbornly stick to outdated plans. They intentionally adjust. So until next time, I want you to be inspired, be inspiring, be encouraged, be encouraging. But most of all, I want you to be you, and remember to I want you to remember to try, tweak, and toss whatever you can, so that way you can be a successful entrepreneur going into 2027. Take care.